Good evening. I now call the Village of Hebron Council meeting to order at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, March 26th. If you would please stand as you're able and join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wolf.
Here.
Mrs. Stoner.
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter.
Here.
Mr. Nauer.
Yes.
Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter.
Yes. Thank you. We have quorum. Thank you, visitors, for attending this evening. If you've not already done so, please sign in and get a copy of the agenda. There will be opportunities to speak at 2 points in the agenda. Labeled visitor comments. Meetings will be recorded and provided to council for review. Meeting minutes are official once they are approved by village council by a majority vote. Today's minutes will be made available once approved and posted in this office, the post office, and made available online. This evening, we are excited to swear in our latest new police officer in the village of Hebron, Mr. Zach Sawyer. Did I get it right?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
I'll give you a little bio real quick. Zach Sawyer is a graduate. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. 2020 graduate at Central Ohio Technical College Police Academy. Took an auxiliary position with the Utica Police Department where he's currently at. He also has a full-time job with Kroger, currently lives in Newark, and he's passed all stages of our background hiring process, which is not easy to get through. His official start date will be April 12th, and he'll enter into our training program, and that usually lasts about 3 months before he'll be released out on his own. But this time, I guess, Mayor, would you like to do the oath?
Thank you. See you.
I'll give you one and you one.
Actually, we have you, so your family can see your face, no pressure. Take
Yeah.
your time. We'll wait.
Unprepared.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so you'll follow along, right? Okay. I, Zachary E. Sawyer,
I, Zachary Lee Sawyer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Ohio,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Ohio,
and the laws and ordinances of the village of Hebron.
and laws and ordinances of the village of Hebron.
And I will discharge the duties of the office
And I will discharge the duties of the office
of full-time police officer,
of full-time police officer,
to which I have been appointed to the best of my ability.
to which I have been appointed to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Two, three. Good.
Thank you.
I have 3 forms.
Yeah.
I need to sign both of these. The mayor. I got a blue one here.
Does it
You
have
got
to
a
be blue?
special one. These two. Signature.
Yep.
One E and D.
You want me up here?
Yep, you're the appointee.
Okay. Not the
Wait a minute,
appointer.
I can't read it.
I'm the appointing authority, maybe?
Signing authority down there, yes.
Okay.
That one.
That is really.
It's picking up everything.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
Did anybody have any, want to come down?
And your box, your thing back like.
It's on, it's on. Oh, never mind, we're gonna go that way. That's new, that's a new one, like it.
No, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you, council, mayor, appreciate it, back up the full staff. We appreciate that, so
Thank you.
Deal.
get him started and get him out there as soon as we can. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Congratulations.
Okay,
Thank you so much, chief.
do you want me to stick around or do you want me to go?
You're right.
Up to you.
Just have someone. Thank you.
I'll stay.
You staying?
I'll stay. Here, take this with you.
The next item is department head report, and normally we would have a report from water, but unfortunately, our superintendent is unable to be with us. So instead, we're going to celebrate our assistant super. I know he's very excited about this. So, if you don't know Sean very well, Sean is a man of few words, but when he speaks, we listen. He makes a tremendous amount of contribution to our well. He's like, oh man, do we have to do this? I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm just gonna say a couple of things. That your team unquestionably values your input and they really appreciate what a great job you do. And that shines through with everyone in the department. And so we're really thankful for the work that you do. I hear that you have a very dry sense of humor. It's so dry, I don't see it. So I just want to say thank you so much for the work that you've done for the village. We are celebrating 26 years of Sean serving the village of Hebron. And so we have a couple of items for you. If you had come to the lunch, you wouldn't have had to do this.
I would have rather been there than the doctors.
Fair enough. Goodness. So Sean first.
Is this an Oscar?
It is for your performance, your very dry performance. He's our longest full-time employee in the village. So everyone, if you heard, longest serving employee. Wow. Great.
Very nice.
So Sean, thank you for your service.
Can we get a picture of them reading that with you?
Oh, yes, you're so good at this. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You should have knew I was. I want to get.
Right away.
Perfect. And then when you decide to do stand up later,
You need that for the cast strikers.
there you go. Pen and pencil set that has his name engraved on it. Thank you, Sean.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
So while he's at the podium, if you have any question about the water operation, there he is. Otherwise, we are going to put this item at the next meeting, so we can get the full report from the water superintendent, Jason Figgins.
Any questions for Sean? Okay, thank you for coming this
Yep, no
evening.
problem.
Thank you, Sean. We have this time reserved on the agenda to hear comments from visitors regarding topics not listed on the agenda. Please be sure to state your name and address for the record. There's a 5-minute limit per speaker. We are very eager to hear what you have to say, so please speak loudly and clearly into the microphone. Anyone want to make comments? Okay. The next item on the agenda is legislation. The first item we have is resolution 25-02. It's a resolution declaring the support of the council of the village of Hebron, Ohio, for the preservation of the federal tax exemption of municipal bonds. This is the third reading. I'm seeking a motion to adopt resolution 2502.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Council President Wolf and a second from Council Member Porter. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mr. Nauer,
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner,
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter.
Yes.
Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
The motion passes. Thank you, council. The next item is ordinance 03-25. It's an ordinance to amend the codified code section of 933.05, the codified code section of Title 9 titled Pretreatment Program Fees. This is the third reading. I'm seeking a motion to adopt ordinance 0325.
So be it.
Second.
I have a motion from Council Member Nauer and a second from Council Member Porter. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Stoner,
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Nauer.
Yes.
Mrs. Porter.
Yes. Thank you, council. The motion passes. The next item is ordinance 04-25. It's an ordinance to amend ordinance 32-24 to provide for adjustments of the annual appropriations for the fiscal year ending December 31st. And see, this is the second reading. Do we need to take action this evening or we're still on course?
If you wanted to go to third reading, it's fine.
Okay. The next item is resolution 25-03. It's a resolution authorizing the mayor of the village of Hebron, Ohio to execute an agreement with the Licking County Board of Commissioners to enter into a renewed bulk water sales agreement. This is the second reading. The next item is resolution 25-04. It's a resolution enacted by the village of Hebron of Licking County, Ohio, hereinafter referred to as the Local Public Agency, LPA, in the matter of the stated described project to develop a multi-use path and related work along Canal Road, part of Cumberland Street, and Canal Park in the village of Hebron. This is the second reading. We're still in target for that, right?
Yes.
Perfect. And the final item is resolution 2505. It's a resolution certifying delinquent property maintenance bills to the Licking County Auditor for collection. It's the first reading. We're good to let that ride out, right? Thank you.
How successful have we been historically with collection of those types of fees? Or are we just ignored?
So most of it has been when they foreclose on the property, and so it's been minimal at best, but we did just receive one that was upwards of close to $13,000.
After the tax collection fees, it was around about 11,300.
11, okay, so about $11,000 we received back from another property that I wasn't here when that happened and when we did the special assessment, but we did get that notification, so I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get some of this back as well.
It's just been my observation that there are several properties that should at least be cited at this point. I mean, it's just, some of it is really pretty bad.
Yeah, we have over 60 properties that are being cited.
Did you say 60?
60.
I believe that.
Yes, but this is in particular for if we've had to mow their grass consistently. And then of course, if we've had to even go as far as cleaning up the property, we take those invoices and do this.
So that is done as a part of the foreclosure procedure. It does not go onto their taxes.
So it goes on to their taxes. Most of the time when we see the money come back to us is after a foreclosure has taken place, unfortunately.
So how much time does that extend? What if the property never goes into foreclosure? Does that go on to the next century?
Sometimes we'll get it back in different tax payments, but that's where I've seen most successful.
Because in the meantime, it looks crummy.
Agreed. Now, this isn't always the outcome though, it's just for mowing and the special assessment, sometimes when we're working through code enforcement.
I'm talking junk.
Yep, so when we have code enforcement issues, sometimes it doesn't go to special assessment like this. Sometimes we're working with the property owners, sometimes they're actually going to court. Now that we've been working with a different zoning attorney, we actually have multiple letters out that will end up proceeding to court most likely if we can't come up with a resolution. So we're moving along and making sure that we're just not leaving it at the violations, but that we're taking it all the way through the court system if we have to, if we can't get it resolved.
That's progress anyway.
We're getting there.
So is this a blanket resolution for all of them going forward?
This is, no, this is for particular properties from last year. So I think there might be a total of 4. I'm sorry, I don't have it right in front of me, but most of them were for properties that we were mowing their grass consistently over the summer. And then one property was the one on First Avenue that we actually had to go in and remove vehicles and we had to clean up the entire property.
There are actually 3 parcels and they're cited in the legislation itself, identified by parcel number and property address.
And anytime we have to take this step, it's gonna at least take a year to collect that because it'll be on the next property tax for that property. So either the owner will pay it then, or it has to go into whenever the property forecloses and that tax.
Any other questions? The next item, if council is willing to entertain it, I'd like to go back a little bit. I am seeking a motion for approval of the minutes for February 26th, 2025.
Second.
So I have a motion from Council President Wolf and a second from Council Member Stoner. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Porter?
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Nauer?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Stoner?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Thank you, council. It passes. I'm also seeking a motion for approval of minutes for council meeting March 12th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion from Council President Wolf and a second from Council Member Carpenter. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mrs. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Nauer?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Thank you, council. The next item is council action items. And the first item is a 2025 mosquito control contract.
We're asking council to authorize the solicitor to draft the language for this contract that we are going to enter with the Licking County as far as mosquito control. Overall, if we having a contract with them, we will be saving roughly about $6,000 a year. Yeah.
From doing it ourselves, you're saying?
That's correct. If we do that, then we'll pay more for that. And additionally, they have also covered the Buckeye Lake. So it may make sense for them to cover the village even as well. Yeah.
Is this a weekly thing or once a month?
As far as I know, it's a once a month thing, just like what we have been doing. And it's no difference than what we've been doing. That's what I'm saying.
We haven't been spraying once a week.
Again, that's what my understanding is. They will be doing the same frequency as we have.
Okay.
Is it as needed or is it
No, there's a
automatically?
schedule on the, at least on the monthly, but I can verify that whether it's going to be monthly or weekly.
Okay.
Yes, We also provide them with the maps, and the streets that they will be covering, yes.
So you're seeking a motion to,
To direct the solicitor draft legislation.
You don't have a fee on this?
The fee is on $35 per mile,
Per mile.
yes. So they cover all the material, so it's 35
You lay out
the map, yep. So we have total about 18 miles in the village, yeah.
So be it.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Now and a second from Councilmember Carpenter. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Porter,
Yes,
Mr. Noah,
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman,
Yes,
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner.
Yes.
when we draw up legislation will be emergency, because it looks like term is April 17th when it starts. That's only a couple weeks away.
Question. When this gets presented, we can have an emergency legislation on it, absolutely.
Thank you, Council. The next item is B3 Company Services Agreement. And as you know, we are exploring other engineering firms. However, we want to bridge the gap between now and should we change. And also, even if we were to change our primary, that doesn't mean that we couldn't continue specific projects with B3. So all that to say, we are looking for, you want to speak to that a little?
Yeah, we're looking for council to direct the solicitor, draft language to approving the contract with B3 until the end of the year. For their engineering services.
Right. So be it.
I'll second. I have a motion from Councilmember Now, a second from Councilmember Stoner. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner,
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mrs. Porter,
yes,
Mrs. Chapman,
Yes,
Mr. Noah.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes. The next item is regarding drafting legislation prohibiting camping on public property.
Really, I don't have any more to add than what I shared with you during the committee meeting, but the homes program and then the legislation are both really necessary to move forward with what we had discussed. And I'm hopeful that council will ask the solicitor to draft legislation similar to what Newark and Heath has put together as it relates to prohibiting camping in public places.
so if it's going to be illegal to do that, what are the alternatives that will be cited, for them to use? You just throw them out of a public area. And then what?
So the police department will have the ability to cite them and to move them along so that they're not staying in camping.
And where do they get moved along to?
Not in Hebron, but also, we will have the homes program, and
I
that's
was
the
going to
point.
ask if that's gonna get pulled. And
That's
so
really the
they're
reason.
I would assume they'd be transported to a more friendly environment called the home program.
Yeah, that's basically a court system set up to deal with these kind of situations. A lot of the people we're probably gonna deal with are homeless, so they don't really have a residence for us to take them to. And rather than put them through the criminal justice system, they came up with this separate court system to help maybe get them back reintroduced into society instead of putting them in jail. So sounds like a pretty good program. It's trial and error. We'll figure it out as we go, but
Has it been enacted in other communities? And is it working?
it's new. Newark and Heath have got legislation, and that's what we're asking for tonight. So we haven't actually done it yet.
But have they?
I don't know if any of the
Okay.
agencies have actually done it. We're all just getting through the process of figuring out what we're gonna do first.
I know Newark has adopted the ordinance and have moved them along. That's why you're seeing some of the transition of the homeless population moving from Newark into Heath and can potentially come here. Like I had mentioned before, we want to make sure that there's a program in place that we're referring them to so that if they want to do things to better their lives and to utilize resources, they'll have the ability to do that.
Good.
I would make that motion. The draft language.
Second, I have a motion from Councilmember Carpenter and a second from Councilmember Stoner. Any additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mrs. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Nauer?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner?
Yes.
Mr. Wool?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
The motion passes. Thank you, council. The next item, I had put on here because I thought we needed to have, a motion from council regarding the Hebron Buckeye Lake bus route. But it's actually already included in our budget from last year. And we discussed it in our executive team, meeting this morning with regard to what we actually need. And also, I discussed it with Wes just to make sure we were dotting our i's and crossing our t's. So if there were any additional questions, please share those, either now or as you come across any concerns that you have. I hope you'll reach out and let us know. I will share that yesterday we had the Safe Streets stakeholder meeting, and we did talk about the bus route a little bit, and we also conducted a survey. Is that true? Okay, we conducted a survey about, and hopefully you had a chance to actually see that survey at some point, but we conducted a survey about bus transportation, and here were the 4 questions that we asked. Number 1, where would you want to get on the bus? We tried to make this so simple. We promised it would be a 1-minute survey. Number 2, where would you likely take the bus? Number 3, what is your age? And number 4, are you a Hebron resident? And we got 23 responses. One person said they do not want a bus in Hebron. Only one. I thought that was good. One person said it'd be nice, she wouldn't use it or he wouldn't use it, but it'd be nice to help other people. But the other 21 said exactly where they get on and exactly where they go. And then the other thing I thought was interesting was the demographic breakdown. There was actually a teenager that responded. There were a couple in their 20s, a couple in their 70s, but most everybody was in the 30s to 60s category. So clearly we reached, a wide range of folks with this. And the places that they indicated, of course, like downtown in front of Heyman's or Hebron Dairy Bar, post office, the municipal complex, Kroger. But then also folks talked about going to the Newark branch, and they talked about going to their doctor's appointments. They talked about going to like Otterbein in Granville to visit friends. So it was a wide variety of responses. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And also, as you know, it's been published in the Advocate multiple times that this is coming. So hopefully people are looking forward to it. Any questions about that?
As some of you, maybe all of you know, that public bus transportation has been tried. You may remember that years ago, and it was not particularly successful. But times have changed, and I think people, as particularly those who are handicapped or aging or both, are looking at this as a viable way, because, mom and dad eventually don't drive anymore, and so on and so forth. So the need and the demand, I think, should be parallel. And the development of this we may be onto something good. I do have a friend of mine who rides, Newark. The only thing that frosts her is sometimes times get a little bit odd and she has to wait certain times, but she said, it doesn't cost me anything to wait and I don't have to maintain and insure an automobile. So she's looking at it from an economic standpoint, which makes total sense. But, all in all, she's, satisfied with it. I think you just have to get accustomed to it and get into the rhythm of using it. And I think it's going to be a good thing. I hope we can sustain it by monetarily and also by ridership. So I'm hoping that it does get established quickly and well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else on that?
Well, I don't know. I think it worked real well when we were kids. We used to ride it up to, we used to go watch the movies downtown Newark, and that's how we used to get over there all the time. And, but
These old things are new.
yeah, I suppose, but I know.
It's kind of a simple concept.
We just walked out on High Street and bus come by and we jumped on and. But, I don't ever remember paying for it. I mean, like, I thought it was free then, I don't know, maybe.
There's a charge now, but it's pretty minimal. You can't operate a vehicle for that.
And the other thing I got is on your annual report, I don't see our name on there. I see Heath and Newark and Granville Township and.
And I think the lake is on the Tim.
Are
We
those,
gotta pay our bill first.
Are those yeah, I'm wondering if those are the active ones.
2024 is.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we weren't on it yet.
Okay. The next item is I am seeking a motion to go into executive session pursuant to ORC 121.22 G1 to consider the compensation of a public employee or official.
So move.
Second,
I have a motion from Council President Wolf and a second from Council Member Porter at 6:31 p.m. Roll call.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Nauer?
Yes.
Chapman?
Yes.
Mrs. Porter?
yes.
Seeking a motion to come back in from the executive session at 6:45 PM.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Stoner and a second from Council President Wolf. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Stoner,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. Nauer,
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter.
Yes.
Thank you, council. I am seeking a motion to allow during the promotion of a current. Yep, I'm gonna screw it up, right? From a current laborer to an operator one position. For the village administrator to offer a salary within the current salary range and omit adherence to our employee handbook rule 4.1 A and B.
Don't move.
Second.
I have a motion from Council President Wolf and a second from Councilmember Stoner. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Nauer,
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter,
Yes.
Mrs. Stoner.
Yes,
Mrs. Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter.
Yes.
Yes.
the motion passes. Thank you, council. The next item is administrator's report.
Thank you. Thank you, council, for the vote. Because right now, Public Works is going through a transition period. Their staffing level has reduced from 5 to 2. So don't be surprised when you see me out riding the lawnmowers. So we're trying to just giving the help.
Let me know when you get around. I will.
Are you gonna come help?
I'll help you.
All right.
So-
Should we just allow council, everyone bring a mower and we'll get to work?
Yes.
And a camera.
Mopar.
And the second item I want to provide an update is the Sugar and Broadway culvert replacement project. The bids will be, the bids is scheduled to be open on April the 10th. We're hoping that the culvert will be complete by October 31st of this year. And in the same time, we are going to open the bid, and a week later, we are open the bids for the paving, Broadway Sugar and the, well, just skip on my, Maple Broadway Sugar, and also the other street right next to the. Oh, well, that's skip on my, so this is separate project, and right after the culvert gets put in, this will come in to replace the water line and the paving project. And last week, we had on-site neighborhood meetings, inviting the neighbors to come out and explain them what the project scope was about. And thank the Councilman Nauer was there, helping the staff on D3 explaining the project. And then this Friday, we have pre-bid meeting with the contractor who are interested in bidding this. So hopefully we can move this thing along and get the project done. We also have provided you with the Licking County annual report, so take a look at it. And lastly is that I just want to say thank you for being patient with us, especially Public Works going through this transition. If you could just be patient and let us know what the issues might be. So we'll try to get to addressing those issues as we're allowed to. Thank you.
I have one thing.
Yes, sir.
On we talked about it down there, Sugar Street.
Yes.
Taking the culvert out.
Yes.
Or it's not it wasn't in the preliminary plans, but did you put that in? To have it hauled out or whatever, so we can keep it?
Yes, we are talking about two possible approach. One is to send the addendum for this bid to salvage the culvert on the Sugar Street. And the second approach is to have a change order once the contract is selected. So I'm talking to the county, CDB administrator to see how we can, approach this, yeah.
Okay,
In the thought process, we may find a location for that culvert. Anyway,
okay,
more to come. Yes, we have decided
Okay.
that we can try to salvage that culvert.
and it was, I talked to Steve while he was there, have more riprap put in. instead
Yes.
of
Yep.
What we had.
It's quite. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is council member reports. I'm gonna start on this side today.
You know, I really don't have anything. But thank you.
I don't have anything today either.
No.
I'll carry them, I'll keep it going.
Oh, no. I have one thing. I know we had talked about the minutes. Is that something we're gonna talk about again? Okay, thank you. So we talked about transitioning minutes from written typed minutes that are interpreted and then disseminated after being voted on. And then I indicated that I'm very interested in moving to a model where we actually simply publish them through YouTube, and those alone can stand as meeting minutes as well, because an interested person could simply watch it and know exactly what happened without having us creating a document, which saves us time, but it also removes interpretation, right? But the previous two meetings, we've had some technical challenges, so not saying I'm pumping the brakes, I've just took my foot off the gas. But I want to make sure that we've got our arms around it really well before we commit to it, but we are certainly planning on doing that. And the other thing that I mentioned is I'd be interested in using AI to watch the video and create a companion document that clearly states this is not meeting minutes, but it could give folks a hint about what was discussed as a summary. And then if they were interested, they could go and watch the video if they wanted to. And that's something I think I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on that. I don't want to create a false sense of that it's absolutely accurate because it's AI doing it. But having said that, I do see value in giving the viewer an opportunity to see a summary to decide if they wish to delve in further. So if you want to think about that a little bit, I'd be very interested in your thoughts on that.
My only concern is, do we have a legal obligation to have physically hold a copy of that?
I'm so glad you asked that. And our team member, Jared Rose, would you like to speak to that for us, please?
So you put me a little bit on the spot because it's been about a month since I think I sent you the memo for that.
Don't worry,
But-
I'll write your course.
Yeah. However, I did look into it extensively, and actually, I just double checked while we were talking. It is something that can be done merely by video or audio recording. And there are actually other municipalities that have done it that way. Immediately, the one that came to mind when I did research, don't ask me why I looked up this location, but Toledo. Their meeting minutes were not written. They were, I believe, video recordings. So it is certainly something that legally we are allowed to do. It's just going to be a question of, is that something the public body wants?
No, I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
My meaning is, do we have to have a copy physically here of that video? I mean,
Nothing.
you can have it on the web and it can be out there for 100 years, or it could be out there for an hour.
there's nothing I saw that indicated that was the case. Now, might it be good practice to do so? Perhaps, but there's nothing I saw that indicated we had to have a physical like CD or
Yeah.
hard drive copy.
You
at
see what
our
I'm going
office.
through with this.
I understand where you're coming
Because
from,
if someone comes up here who doesn't have a computer or wants to see those minutes or whatever, we do have an obligation to the public to have those.
To provide them, certainly. Yeah, and under those special circumstances, I believe we could make an accommodation to them and provide a physical copy if needed. So. that alleviate your concern?
Mayor, man, I mean, that's a good point, Randy. It's probably something Chris and Mayor, we ought to look at in the Records Commission, just in terms of compliance there as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right, it's a long walk.
Thank you, Mary. That's all I have. Thank you.
I'm good.
Okay, so when you comment, normally you're bad? Okay, just checking. Okay, mayor's report, I don't have a lot to report, yeah, I don't have a lot to report, it's just a lot going on, but as you see things around town, if you have feedback, I really hope you're reaching out and, sharing that. Visitor comments. We have this second time reserved on the agenda to hear comments from visitors. State your name and address and please speak clearly. Anyone? No, okay.
Who are our visitors?
If you are a student here observing for hours,
Who's that short guy in the back there?
we're delighted to have you. Are you all from Lakewood?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. The next item, unless otherwise noted, it's understood council members have reviewed the expense report provided and have no questions. Okay. Please note the upcoming meetings and events at the bottom of the agenda. And unless there's anything else, I'm seeking a motion to adjourn at 6:57. Sorry, please.
April 7th, is the planning zoning, is that the one that was canceled?
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Motion.
A motion from Councilmember Carpenter and a second from Councilmember Porter. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
Mrs. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter.
Yes.
Mr. Nauer.
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman.
Yes.
Mrs. Porter.
Yes.